Ladies and gents, welcome to Talk Set About with tonight's special guest. I'll let you introduce yourself.
John Carruthers.
John Carruthers, who's going to be joining me to talk about the best TV of 2021. Our subject will be dear to all of our hearts, given that we were stuck in the house,
Absolutely.
unable to do anything except watch TV.
See, in terms of like it being the best of 2021, can it be stuff that you just saw in 2021 but might have been a bit older?
I don't think there's enough space on the memory card for that. No, it's things that debuted in 2021.
Right, okay,
You're right,
no
I
worries.
watched it. John is a huge fan of Twin Peaks. Maybe there's scope to do something in that one.
Oh,
day.
I know, absolutely.
I still haven't watched the revival.
Have you not? Right, okay, no.
Because I watched the original when it was first on
Yeah,
TV.
so did I.
I've got the box set, but things keep getting... The things we're about to talk about tonight...
Absolutely, keep getting in the way. No, absolutely, no, I totally get that.
And I also want to say, you saw me trying to tout for advertising in one of the last videos. I just want to say I did get a communication from the people at Iron Brew.
Oh.
It was a cease and desist. So I'm putting it on the record here, that's the last you'll hear of me trying to prostitute myself for advertising money. If people aren't going to be forthcoming, that's it. I'm not going to waste my time. So that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of the matter. Oh! You probably noticed that I'm wearing a Domino's t-shirt. I'm lying, of course, but I'm going to change tack. Rather than trying to prostitute myself, begging for advertising money, I'm going to take a slightly more terrorist approach. I'm going to say, Domino's, do you want to find out if the old maxim there's no such thing as bad publicity is actually true? Well, if you don't call me and splash the cash, then I am going to remove all my clothes except for this Domino's t-shirt and I'm going to use a slice of your pizza to jack off into. So if you would like your brand forever associated with that, then do nothing. But I think it's in your best interest to call me immediately. What do you think, John? Will you join me?
I will join you. I'll join you, and we can even have a wee bit of a competition to keep it interesting, just to see who can do it first.
We've only got 30 minutes.
We've only got 30 minutes. That's already me past my... I could do six. I could do one in each slice.
Oh, what would you call such a delicious Italian creation?
I remember years ago talking to a friend about, you know, the game Soggy Biscuit?
Yes.
Well, I remember talking to a friend about the game Soggy Biscuit. He'd never heard of it. So I explained Soggy Biscuit to him, and he just turned around like a eureka moment and went, "Oh, you mean spunky chips?" It's like, it's a little less subtle.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Absolutely, that's it.
So,
do we need to start from scratch again? Do you need to excise that?
No, not at all. It's gold. So, Domino's, if you want us, John and I, to do an advert for your new 2 for Tuesdays soggy pizza.
Get it in 30 minutes and it's free.
Anyway, sorry about that. That's just that. Let's get into the nuts and bolts. John, would you like to tell me one of your favourite shows of 2021?
One of my favourite shows of 2021, probably one of the things that jumps out is probably one that I just finished watching, and it's the Shrink Next Door.
You mentioned that. I know nothing of it. So tell these guys about it.
It's an Apple TV show, right? Which means only about 4 people have seen it.
Just like this channel.
Just in it, yeah. So four people have seen it, and it's based on a true story, and it's Paul Rudd, and it's Will Ferrell. And it's about a psychiatrist that pretty much takes advantage of his therapy. Right? I don't know the person that seeks therapy. So Will Ferrell.
Oh, see, patient.
Patient is the word you're looking at. I actually work in health and forgot the name of the person that seeks help.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
I like therapy.
Exactly, a therapy. Someone who seeks therapy is a therapist
and a therapist.
So yeah, exactly. So therapy. So Paul Rudd's a therapist. Will Ferrell's the therapy. I've already forgotten the word patient, and he pretty much takes over this guy's life. And it's based on a true story, which is
so. This isn't a comedy.
It's do you know
dark?
It's
comedy,
a really dark comedy, and it's a true crime drama comedy I mean, it's difficult not to find elements of it amusing, but it's also quite horrific.
Does Will Ferrell play against type? Is it a serious role for him?
Will Ferrell's brilliant in it. I was talking to a friend about it, and she said that whenever she sees Will Ferrell, she only thinks of Will Ferrell and Elf, like anything that she sees. And she even said that this is how she saw him in this, and I'm thinking, are we watching the same thing? Because I think he really downplays the role. He's got moments that kind of up in it. Paul Rudd is the kind of almost larger than life on it, the two of them.
Which is weird because he normally plays Paul Rudd.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But he's really kind of understated. They obviously spend more money on the budget trying to make Paul Rudd look older because it's over a period of about 30 years, and since Paul Rudd doesn't age, they had to use like really heavy duty special effects to make him look older.
So they don't just, that would be a good joke if they just made him look exactly the
same. Absolutely, like some sort of just taking the life out of
a timeless child.
But it's well, I'm sure we'll get to that at some point.
Indeed.
But they're good. It's 8 parts, and you're just sitting kind of going, how much of this is actually true? Because it's doing a wee bit at the beginning, kind of going, some bits have been dramatised for. So, but then having read up on it subsequently, going, not much of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they messed about with some of the timeline of it.
Yeah, of course. So they always take license, don't they?
Horrific.
Oh,
horrific, but compulsive viewing and very entertaining.
You had me at horrific.
Horrific.
That sounds awesome, right? I'm going to check it out.
It's really good, and it's over a period of about 30 years, and it's 8 episodes.
So it's a limited series.
It's a limited series. There's not going to be a second. It's not going to be a second season. And if you read up on the guy as well, there's also a true crime podcast about it. Because what he does is actually criminal. I won't get into any detail, but it's not criminal in the kind of traditional sense where you kind of go, then he stabbed him in the face and came all over his pizza. And that's how they caught him.
That's
DNA on the face of a crime. It was a crime of passion.
I'd know that come anywhere. Oh, Jesus.
I didn't pay extra for stuffed crust.
Fuck. So, right, that's a good recommendation, and you've sold that to me. I'm going to watch it. If you've watched it, go in the comments and tell us what you thought of it. No spoilers because I haven't watched it yet, and that's not fair. So thank you.
I'll be terribly hurt if like all the comments just go shite.
That tends to be what happens, isn't it?
Because sometimes I get really passionate about something and people go, it was wrong. Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, fuck them.
I know exactly.
They're now deliberately going to put.
They're now going to go shite.
No, they're not, because no one ever comments on these videos. So I think you're safe, John.
I'll comment. I'll just write.
Just write 50 times.
Yes. On the drive home, I'm going to. Well, obviously not because it won't be up yet. That'd be amazing if you'd already put it up. Obviously, there's no editing whatsoever. But so as soon as it's up, I'm just going to. I'm going to shite it.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to
that. No, so just a wee bit of feedback. There's no such thing as bad feedback.
There's no such thing as bad feedback. You're right. Domino's. They always deliver.
Yeah.
Your pizza in 16 different bits, all in one on top of the other.
And always pay attention to the 2 for Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Something 1.5 for Tuesdays. Close enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it. So, what about you? I mean, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching, John? Well, it's funny you should ask. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I can't believe I'm going to have to consult this piece of paper. My short-term memory being so. Which one do I want to talk about next? Did you ever watch American Gods?
Do you know what? I've read the book and I've watched the first season.
What did you think of the first season? Before that, I'll dance around. I won't give you any spoilers.
I didn't watch the second season.
Yeah. For that, you didn't. Do you know
what? I'm not even. I don't think I disliked it. But I don't think I liked it enough to have the oomph to go back to it.
Well, do you know what I found? I felt the same as you, but I'm a completist and a masochist when it comes to TV shows. It takes a lot to once I'm in.
Yeah.
Even if I'm having the worst time, even if sometimes if something's so terrible, it actually becomes good.
Yeah.
It's great to be able to pick it apart. Even if it's a show that's so bad, it's just bad.
Yeah.
And it's miserable to. I won't give up.
I need to go through this.
I've got to do it. So I did that with American Gods, and I thought the first 2 seasons were a little bit like a less impressive Legion. Did you watch
I
the
loved Legion.
Legion was great, but it was trippy and it was very style over substance.
I'm
but
fine with that.
yeah, but the style was breathtaking. It was what they did in Legion was even if sometimes I was going, what the fuck's going on? I don't know what's going on. I was like, this is a visual treat.
Yep.
It reminded me of some of the ways the death scenes were dressed in Hannibal, that kind of surreal otherworldly. Oh, beautiful as well.
Yeah.
So American Gods, style over substance, and the style wasn't that great. It just felt like there were bits that made me laugh, but the third season was great because they learned they told a coherent story all the way through. It followed, and there was thematic resonance. Things were looping back, and it paid off. If you've not seen it, although you've read the books,
do you know, I will go back to it, but because I'm like you, a completist. But there's been so much else. Like when we went back to the kind of conversation about Twin Peaks, there's been so much else that's kind of stopped me from doing it.
Correct.
Because the problem is that there's times when I'm kind of going, oh, the new season of such and such is on, and I go, and I just kind of go somewhere else. And sometimes it's just like, well, that's 50 minutes long and that's 20 minutes long. I can batter through that.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's the reason I watch more TV shows than films.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and if I'm scrolling through films, 2 hours 20 minutes, fuck that.
No.
2 hours 20 minutes, and they're all Oscar winners and masterpieces. Oh, an hour and 20 minutes, a schlock horror made by fucking Finnish amateur film students. I'm in!
And then you just realise halfway through that you stop watching the subtitles and you're just kind of going, I know, finish now. Over rock and roller.
That's it.
Yeah.
I see.
Which means I hope you enjoy your meal, if anybody's...
Is it?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, is that genuinely true?
Yeah.
Did I stumble across a language that you're actually familiar with? That wasn't it.
I'm familiar with Finnish, but I can't speak Finnish. I had a Finnish foreign exchange student stay with me for 6 months.
I thought you were gonna tie that back and say it means I hope you enjoyed your pizza.
Hey, damn it!
Right,
take two. Right, let's go.
I'll edit it. No, I won't because I can't. My computer's terrible. Yeah, so do watch it.
I will do.
Unfortunately, they cancelled it.
Oh, have they cancelled that?
Tends to be what they do. You think this has just got good, and at the end sets up so many dramatic possibilities and adds shade to what's happened before. I don't know if it happens in the books or if they've taken liberties, but
I need to watch it.
It makes sense, and you go, yes, this is great, and then they go, no. But I think in this marketplace, in this day and age, if it's a commercial business, isn't it? If they see their viewers falling, and not enough people like you're like, I'll maybe watch that at some point.
So it's my fault.
You did it. You fucking killed the guy from Hollyoaks' career.
Exactly. And Lovejoy. Killed Lovejoy.
I will watch anything that Ian McShane is
absolutely.
I don't know what the guy's name is. The guy that plays the main I can't even remember the character's name. The main character. Shadow Moon.
Right,
I don't think he's Ricky Whitten, is it? Ricky Hatton's the boxer, isn't it?
It's right, it's not him. Yep.
Ricky Whitten, I don't think he had, I mean he's got presence, but I don't think he had the presence to carry.
Ian McShane's got the presence, because did you watch Deadwood?
Of course I did. Al Swearingen, fucking amazing. Even when he was in Game of Thrones for one
episode. He was, and it was the best episode of Game of Thrones.
just by virtue of, even American Horror Story.
Was he an American Horror Story?
In the second season, he plays a psychotic Santa that goes in the asylum.
Oh, bloody hell, yes, I remember now. Yep,
and
I remember.
It's great, it's just Ian McShane.
Yeah,
the guy can do no wrong.
It's just, I think that, and it's the same as James Gandolfini in The Sopranos, was the fact that I always felt that James Gandolfini and Ian McShane's the same one. They look like nobody bothered giving them a script, and he's just so natural.
Yes.
And it just kind of going, good point. Because there's that, it doesn't look rehearsed or anything, it just looks like he said, you need to go in there and be Tony Soprano, and he just did it, and everyone else had to kind of work around him. Yeah. Which I know wasn't what happened, but there was just that natural.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. Almost like
great,
not method actors, just
beyond method, just kind of going, this is who I am. Yep.
But do you not find? I'm paranoid now. It's still recording. Good.
Cool.
Whenever James Gandolfini was in something else, I mean, he's an astonishing actor.
Yep.
But even when he was playing a part that wasn't like Tony Soprano, it makes me tense because I'm like, he's gonna fucking.
I know.
Do you know he's just got? And apparently he's quite a gentle
apparently
guy
he was,
in real life. Just quite kind of. Although the longer he did The Sopranos, he said the more the part bled into him, and it started to affect.
how he was as a person. Did you ever see a film with him, Julia Roberts, and Brad Pitt?
That's the one I was thinking of. The Mexican was a gay hitman.
Yep, I thought that was a great film, and people spoke. I feel like we've gone off the 2021 TV.
Oh yeah, we'll come back.
People spoke about the kind of the chemistry between Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt. And I went, again, did we watch the same film? It was the chemistry between Julia Roberts and James Gandolfini was palpable.
Easy.
They were brilliant.
Exactly.
I now want to watch that again. I watch it every 5 years or so and go, oh, fucking Mexican.
So there you go. Yep. A recommendation for the best TV of 2021, The Mexican.
The Mexican.
A 13-year-old film with Julia Roberts. I think that wraps it up.
Again, just jump back to Legion.
Yes.
Legion was another one of these shows, just when you mentioned American Gods, Legion was one of these shows that I just kind of went, that was amazing, that's not getting a second season. And then that was amazing, that's not getting a third season. And it was just because I went, I'm enjoying this so much, there's no way they're going to continue to make this. Yeah. And one of my favourite things about Legion is the fact it came out the first season came out in 2017, and I read an article saying it's the most David Lynch TV show of 2017, and that was the year Twin Peaks: The Return came in. What?
David Lynch.
I know. It's going, what do you mean? He's like, going, how dare you?
No, you're right. It was very not immediately accessible to the mainstream, which is again a reason that I liked it.
Yeah.
And I like that they got to wrap it up on its own terms.
Yeah.
And I thought the ending was great.
I thought the ending was great as well. I've noticed that it's now just popped on at Disney Plus. Because it wasn't at Disney Plus for ages. Because I was kind of going, this is owned by Fox. Why isn't this on Disney Plus? Because I want to rewatch. Yeah. And then I kept kind of sporadically checking, and then forgot about it. And then recently just went, I wonder if and it's on. I'm like,
it's great.
And I just remember sending loads of emails out to friends going, you just on Disney Plus, you watch it, great.
You Disney shill.
I know, absolutely. No.
So we've talked about that. It's your turn. You another 2021 belter.
Sticking to Disney Plus. Dope Sick.
Dope Sick.
Dope Sick.
I have to resign my position as the couch potato master. I've never even heard of it.
Dope Sick. Michael Keaton. It's again, and by the way, I usually avoid stuff like this, but this is now the second one in a row that was based on a true story.
Oh.
And it's about OxyContin.
Of course, big epidemic in America just now.
So there was basically the pharmaceutical company that created OxyContin saying that it was the least addictive opiate ever, and they managed to get FDA approval saying that less than 1% of people can get addicted to OxyContin, and then it became this horrible kind of...
Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm familiar with the real life case. Does Michael Keaton play a whistleblower?
Michael Keaton plays a doctor who... more or less gets brought in, he gets...
He's a baddie?
No, he's a goodie, but you need to watch it. Have you got Disney Plus?
No.
Alright, okay, that's it. Don't worry.
I'll still find a way to watch it.
No worries. Alright, so
Pirate Bay, sponsored by Domino's.
Or else. I don't even have a Domino's. Michael Keaton is a GP that reps convince he should start giving. He's a GP in this small community, and they convince him that OxyContin is the way forward, and then he's got this kind of moral quandary, and there's a lot more to it than that. But he starts to prescribe it, and then it hits the fan, and it's again 8 parts, 8-part true life drama. I feel like I'm starting to create.
You've got an issue.
I know an issue. 8-part true life dramas.
If something's quality, it's quality. It's
brilliant, and it's again horrifying in a completely different way than this is, because it was if you are kind of familiar with the whole kind of OxyContin, and the reason that they're able to make it now is because it's finally been settled in the courts. They were just sitting on this for ages.
Oh, was there?
There was a massive
embargo.
They
couldn't report. They couldn't do anything because it would prejudice the ongoing case.
So it's all done now. And then I don't know if they made it and then just went, right, now we just have to wait. And then just like the day they go, we find you not guilty or guilty, and then they just went,
boom,
send. All episodes up now on Disney.
Isn't it strange the things that are, because a little while ago when The Walking Dead went up, it's like,
I know.
Disney?
I know, absolutely.
People get their bowels torn out in
they
the
keep
face.
buying everything. Yeah, because they've created this new kind of... I was going to say channel, but of course there's no such thing as channels anymore. They've got this new tab on Disney. They've got this new tab on Disney Plus called Star, And they've got all the stuff that they don't want to associate Mickey Mouse with. Like Debbie Does Dallas and stuff.
Yep. Not too hard, Pluto. Yeah, it's weird. They really are an evil menace that's going to buy everything in the world.
It's great. It's just kind of going, they'll buy Netflix and then suddenly you'll only be able to watch Netflix shows on Disney Plus. Disney Plus will just own everything, and then it's great because then you own. I'm actually looking forward to it because then I'll only have one subscription. Whereas right now it's just.
But it'll be £6,000 a month.
Absolutely, I'll bring it on. It's still cheaper than what I'm spending.
Probably. Well, I'm split between her. I pay for Netflix that my ex still uses, and I let my sister use it as well. But someone else, I had to increase the amount I paid because my sister and my ex. I went to watch something. I was like, fuck. So I had to kind of, and she pays for Amazon, but I've got subscriptions here. Yeah, you're right. It's a modern menace.
Yep. That's like me with Now TV. One of the reasons that I haven't got as far along with Chucky is sometimes my mum's watching something. I'm like. I actually want to sneakily change the password. I'm just like, oh.
What would you change it to? Fuck you, mum.
Fuck you, mum. No, she gets that. That's the password already. Fuck you, mum 02.
So, I'm sorry, John's mum. I'm sure you're a very lovely lady.
Since you don't really have any access to the internet except to watch streaming services, there's no chance you'll ever watch this. Because I mean, I've sent you links to stuff that I do online. I've sent you links to comedy. Do you ever watch it, Mum? No.
He's trying his hardest.
I know.
He's trying his hardest.
I want you to be proud of your boy.
You bitch.
I know.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to this old dragon?
Just kind of going, I can't wait till...
No.
I can't wait till my brother and I split the house in half when you inevitably meet your demise. I've already spent the money in my head. Stay cool. And now when I post this on Facebook, I'm going to have to remove all of my mum's friends from the audience.
Oh no, come on.
No, I won't.
You coward.
I won't, because they're all really old and close to death as well, and they probably
You might get lucky. Do you want me to hold off a few weeks?
Nah, it's fine.
The next wave of COVID.
Next wave of COVID, she's got COPD.
It's going to be cold next week, John.
She's a smoker, she's got COPD. I mean, to be honest, time's not on her side.
Does she have stairs, John?
She does have stairs.
Plan B?
Every time I go there, I just sprinkle marbles at the top of the steps.
I didn't think when we started this tonight that we would be talking about murdering your mother.
Absolutely.
But that's life's like that, isn't it?
It's not murder. She loves marbles. It was her favourite. It was her favourite game, and I just want. Anyway, if anything untoward does happen to Mum, I just want to state for the record. I don't have keys to her house. And I've not seen her since lockdown started, so...
Well, maybe I could go undercover as
strangers in a train. Is there anybody you want me to kill?
Yeah, well that's it. Or I could just turn up, pizza! There could be a gun inside the box or something.
Domino's pizza.
Maybe I don't know if my semen is toxic, but we could give it a try. I can't believe where this has gone. Right, you mentioned marbles. Let's use that as a seg to dig ourselves. Squid Game.